So this is actually going to be quite embarrassing, I'm not going to lie to you, but I like to be honest, I like to be raw and authentic on this channel, and put my ego in the line in respect for the value that I give you. So the first time I was introduced to pornography was, I don't want to make this like a weird fucking, you know, when you go to those rehab addict groups where they're all sat in a circle, it's like, hi, my name's Luke and I'm addicted to porn. Like, I don't want to make it all weird like that, so let's chill out a little bit. But the first time I was introduced to porn was in high school. I think it was like year 7 or something, or maybe even primary school, bro, I'm not gonna lie. But regardless, I was very, very young, and I had this friend, I won't say his name, but I had this friend, and I went to his house one day and he showed me this video. He was like, hey, have you seen this? And he's like, I like to watch these when no one's around. And I'm like, what the fuck is this, bro? And basically just showed me some lesbian porn videos, and that was my first introduction to it. And then he started to show me these these games you could play on the PC. So you'd have a PC and you'd type in on Google like sex games or something, and then these stupid games would come up where you'd have to choose what the character does. So it's like a cartoon game, and you'd play as the guy or whatever, and then there'd be different scenarios. You'd meet this girl at the bus stop and she has no way of getting home, so you take her home and you have to choose what you do, and like, you know what I mean, like that kind of shit. I don't want to get too vulgar and just get the fucking video demonetized, but you get the point. That's why I was first introduced into it, and I was kind of like, I guess you could say addicted to a little degree. I don't like using the word addicted. I'm going to get onto that in later stages of this video, why I don't use that word and how powerful it is, the fact that I don't ever say that I was addicted or I was an addict or anything bullshit like this. I'm addicted to porn. No, I've never been addicted. I'm going to tell you why in a second. But that's what happened to me, and then ever since until like maybe I think late stages of when I was 18 years old was when I started to realize, oh, this is kind of bad for you, bro. Like, it's not even that it's bad for you, it's just a waste of time. I started to think, do I want to be the kind of guy that sits there and his sexual stimulation and his sexual pleasure is coming from pixels on a screen from women that don't even know I exist? Or do I want to be the kind of guy that is like a fucking playboy, just going out there and just, all of these girls that I think I want from pornography, I'm just getting them in real life. So that's exactly what I did. Long story short, then I started getting with all these women that basically you'd see in porn. The kind of women that most guys would, you know, masturbate over. And I had that in real life. Multiple times, multiple women at once. And I achieved that. And I went from this fucking porn addicted kid to someone that just decided to create that reality for himself. And I did that by a very simple thing, deciding to do it. It's interesting because I obviously am, if you don't know who I am, I'm 23 years old. My name is Luke. It's Luke Spurgeon. And the name's Spurgeon, Luke Spurgeon. And I basically am, I guess, a men's mental health coach, a men's life coach. I just teach young men how to live a good life. And I do that with everything from financial side of things, how to make money, how to scale that money, how to multiply that money in terms of investments and crypto, how to get women, learn the art of seduction and attraction, sexual mastery, how to quit pornography, how to cure premature ejaculation. So I basically do it all. I'm like James Bond. And I have a school called the School of Life. You can find it in the description or the comment section. And this school basically takes every young man, it's kind of like an organization. So it's not like Adonis School, it's not like the real world, it's not like any of these platforms you've seen before in the manosphere, because I don't let anyone in. We vet people. It's a special forces organization, because the kind of information we're teaching you in here will not only solve all of the problems you're struggling with right now, guaranteed, because we've done it before for myself and everyone else in there. We have a 100% success rate. And I'm saying that looking you in your eyes with utter conviction, because I know for a fact I have what you need in terms of the solution to your problem. So we not only solve every problem you're struggling with, but we also just help you live a fucking amazing life. I'm not gonna lie, life's amazing when you're running around the world, traveling the world at will, because time isn't real anymore, because you make money from your phone by pressing a couple of buttons, with multiple women by your side, and you've never even touched pornography ever again. That's a pretty good life. And I teach every young man how to go through the transformation of, well, basically a nerd who gets laughed at in the girls' group chat to the kind of man that's traveling the world like an absolute stud. And we can do that for a little over $1.60 a day if you join my School of Life. But enough about that. As part of this program, I also do one-to-one mentorship. And I had this, well, I've got a couple of clients who are addicted to pornography, and I work with them one-to-one. I don't really publicly advertise my one-to-one services because it's very high price, but if you've got a bit of money to spend and you really want to solve it, just hit me up on email or Instagram DM, find me somewhere. And I was talking to these clients who were addicted to porn, and it really opened my mind to the levels of badness this addiction can get to. And this is why I want you to listen very carefully, because the 2 bits of advice that I'm going to give you after I've told you this story about this client will make sure that you never watch porn ever again. And I can guarantee you that if you implement the 2 things I'm about to tell you, right now, your little porn habit that you don't want no one to know about because you feel ashamed and embarrassed and dirty and like a loser and like no girl ever really wants to make eye contact with you in the gym because all you do all day is like a fucking nerd. I get it, and I'm not here to insult you because I was that guy too, but aren't you better than that? Yes, you are. So listen, pay attention, do yourself a favor, because you will thank yourself for sitting through this video. Do not get distracted. Don't start scrolling down to the comments for more dopamine. Don't start looking for the next video. Fucking sit with me man to man and let's have a conversation. Let's solve this problem. Just like you would if you were in real life and you were talking to one of your boys, except it's about a very interesting topic that you probably wouldn't mention to anyone else. Luckily, that's what I'm here for. So I was working with these one-to-one clients on the phone and video call and everything else. And they always used to tell me, yeah, the pornography addiction started off quite mild at first, just like anyone else's, just normal, maybe some POV shit, maybe some like lesbian porn, maybe some just guy on girl action, just normal shit. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool, whatever. We've all been there, bro, not a problem. And then these clients start to tell me, because I've worked in the adult entertainment industry and I've worked with clients who are struggling with porn addiction, so I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I've run a webcam company, I've run an OnlyFans management company, pay pigs, financial domination, like dominatrix shit. I've managed models in that industry, in the adult entertainment industry. So I understand how it works from a business perspective. I understand how the guys are, well, I wouldn't say even they're getting finesse because they're willingly paying for it, but it is just one big finesse. So I've worked in the adult entertainment industry, basically as a pimp, and I've also worked on the outside of it, helping young men to cure that addiction. Because I've been in there, I know exactly how it works, I know exactly what you need to stop watching this shit. Now, these clients will tell me, yeah, well, it started off with the mild shit, and then it started to get into weird things that I would never even consider. So Findom or pay pigs are an industry in the adult entertainment industry, in the porn industry, where basically guys get this kink of being a loser, of being humiliated. And this is where you're gonna end up, if you haven't already, this is where you will end up, because that's what pornography is scientifically designed to do to your neurons in your brain and your nervous system. It's scientifically designed to do that, to make you more submissive, more estrogenic, so less testosterone, less manly basically, and to be more subjective to doing what you're told. Almost to the point where you're getting aroused by it. And the only way you can then achieve an orgasm and get the high that you're seeking for, seeking, fucking hell, make your mind up, is by paying these women. This is what it all is. It's a business. And the way that they do this is through human psychology. So you'll start to get into this Findom and pay pigs. You might have heard of these industries before, or these categories in pornography. And it's basically where a guy has a kink of just sending a woman, a goddess as they call them in this industry, money for nothing. They don't show any nudes, they don't give them any sexual content. It's not like OnlyFans where you pay for a video or a sex tape or whatever. Nope, their only kink is, and trust me, I've managed models that have done this, the guys will send them money. Here you go, goddess, just sent you £3,000, go and enjoy your birthday, go and have a nice day out. He's just sent his, and I've had guys that have literally said, oh, I'm sorry, I can't pay anymore. I've literally just spent my entire monthly wage. I can't pay the rent. I don't know what I'm going to do. Are you stupid, bruv? Fucking wake up, man. So that's why I do what I do, because I've seen these guys from the opposite end and I feel sorry for them, because I can see how easily it is for just any normal guy like me and you who would say, nah, I'd never do that. I'm not a weird simp like that. I'd never do that. But you're watching porn, mate. You're masturbating to pixels on a screen. That's weird enough. And before you know it, it's like a drug. You will need more and more and more and more weird stimulation to get to that high point. And that's why guys resort to paying girls for nothing. They get a kick out of girls stealing their money, basically. So this is very dangerous for you. So how do we prevent this in real time? How do we guarantee that we cure this pornography addiction in real time? We do 2 things. Number 1 is we understand that time, to some degree, isn't real. And I'm going to really try and explain this in the most concise and articulate way possible to help you understand this. So, you know the whole no-fap movement? You get guys that go on no-fap and they stop touching themselves for a little bit and they go on like a 30-day streak or something. Wow, Hamza, guess what, bro? I didn't touch myself for 30 days. Like fucking nerds. those guys, yeah, you'll get these guys and they get really OCD and weird about not touching themselves, and like, I'm on day 30 and I haven't wanked myself off today, or typed in Pornhub on my little keyboard, and they're really proud of it, and that's great, amazing, really well done. But the problem with this is, what happens when these guys relapse? They're 30 days sober from porn, they haven't watched it in 30 days, and then they watch it on the 31st day, they relapse. What do these guys say? Oh, I've lost my streak. All of that hard work I did is gone. Which is just the most stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. And it is really just a distouch. It's a detachment from reality. Because if you understand how reality works, you understand that's not how time works. And I'm gonna break this down into sections. Let's say you have a whole month, and for 15 days, let's just say this month consists of 30 days to make it easy for you to understand. 15 days you do not watch any porn, and then the rest of the 15 days you watch porn every day for like 10 minutes a day. So you've gone half and half over the course of a month, right? 15 days you've not watched it, 15 days you have. So the scale of momentum is half. Now let's say for 20 days you don't watch porn, and then for 10 days you do. Well, now the positive momentum, because more times than not, you haven't watched it. So you're doing well, that's good. The positive momentum of life is gonna start to tip in this direction. So although you may have relapsed for 10 days at some point in that overall month, it doesn't matter, you're still winning because you're still 20 days without it. It's the same with trading. If you do trades and for 30 trades, you make money and you're profitable, right? But then one trade, you lose money. You are still 30 trades up. Okay, you lost one trade. It doesn't mean all the 30 trades you had before that are now irrelevant, and now you are a loser in terms of being a trader. They're not going to look at your record and say, yeah, you're a loser, you're unprofitable. No, because you've still got 30 days of winning that you've done. So just because you've had one day of a loss doesn't mean the 30 days are now irrelevant. Do you understand? It's the same with anything in life. If I go to the gym for 30 days straight and then one day I miss it, if you compare the two momentums, the two energy sources, this one is more powerful. So I'm still stronger, healthier, and more in better shape because I've gone more. I've tipped the momentum in the healthy direction than I have in the lazy direction. So I'm still winning. It's the same with porn. Now we can break this down even further. Let's say in a weekly basis, so the 7-day basis, right? Let's say 3 days you watch porn and 4 days you don't. You're still winning. That was still a positive week. That was still a week where you won. Because more times than not, you didn't watch porn. So you're winning. You're in positive momentum. Life is not perfect and it never will be. You're never going to be perfect. You're never going to be able to just always win no matter what. That's not how it works. You're never going to have a 0 loss streak forever. Mathematically, on a long enough time frame, you will do something that leads to an unintended result. And that's just life. That's a part of it. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it exciting and challenging. Now, with that being said, let's strip it down even more. Let's say in a 24-hour period, let's say 10 minutes of those 24 hours you watch porn. But at the end of the day, you reflect on the whole day and you said, no, that day was shit because I watched porn and I relapsed. But if you judge it on time-based, because everything's energy and everything's momentum. If I put an hour of my momentum and energy and time into the gym, I'm going to be an hour stronger. Okay? If I put 10 minutes of my time into pornography, but the rest of the 23 hours and 50 minutes of the day are doing things away from pornography. So I'm going to the gym, I'm walking about, I'm spending time with my girlfriend, I'm spending time with my family, I'm just doing other shit. Then it was still a successful day because still 23 hours and 50 minutes are still positive. Whereas the 10 minutes I watch porn, it's just going to get outweighed by the 23 hours. So it doesn't matter. It's actually kind of irrelevant. So when you see these guys that are like, yeah, but I relapsed today, so it was a bad day, it was a failure. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't a failure. Because you need to understand the time concept and you need to understand how momentum works. So I really want you to get that into your brain. Just because you make a mistake once, just because you don't do everything as perfect as you want it to, doesn't mean the whole day is ruined. Okay? You watch porn for like 15 minutes, chill the fuck out. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't mean that now you'll never make 10K a month, or that girl in the gym will know that you masturbated today and she'll lose respect for you. Like this doesn't make any sense. It doesn't work. That's not how it works. We teach you the realities of life, how the universe actually works, how momentum works, how energy works, how you as a person, how your mind and your neurology system and your nervous system, how these things work. We teach you this because I'm 23 years old and I've achieved everything I could ever wish for in life as a man. I'm only just getting started. Do you know what I mean? I'm already riding around in Rolls Royces in London, staying in 5-star hotels, Michelin star restaurants, and I was broke last year. So I clearly know something. There's a secret to the universe. There's a law of the universe that I know that I've applied in real time that gives me everything that I ever want. And it's the same with pornography. So that's my second point now, is free will. Every single day you have free will. You can choose whatever you want to do. So if you wake up and you just decide pornography is bad for me and I am the kind of guy that just doesn't watch pornography, you have to decide that. You have to become that man. You have to look at yourself and say, I have free will, I have complete control over who I am and what I decide to do with my energy every single day. You control that. No one else, only you. Pornography is not some thing that's out there, some devil comes out of the sky and grabs you and takes control. No. You are choosing with your free will to do that every day, or however many times you do it. You're choosing to do that. That's your own fault. And I'm not here to belittle you, but it is, and we've got to be men about it. But the contrary to this, the positive side to it, is because everything's your fault, you can control it, you can choose what you do. Now, most people get into this mindset of, I'm not allowed to watch pornography, I shouldn't be doing it, no, get away, resist, right? And they're pushing it away, they're fighting it, they're having this tug of war between, I kind of want to watch porn, but I shouldn't watch porn, it's a tug of war. Don't know what that was. Don't clip that. But that was a bit sus. I haven't been spending too much time talking about porn, bro. But if you have this constant resisting of something, you're giving it more power. So what you resist will always persist. If I say to you right now, whatever you do, bro, do not think of the color red. Do not think of the color red. You're not allowed to think of the color red. If I just keep saying that to you over and over again, at some point you're going to think of the color red. Just out of pure curiosity, more than anything. Well, why can't I think of the color red? Why? We're very curious creatures. Curiosity killed the cat for that exact reason. We are curious creatures. You're telling your brain, I'm not allowed to watch porn. Why? It wants to know why, and it wants to do it even more. It's like when you tell a kid, no, you're not allowed the sweets. He wants the sweets even more now. That's how the human brain works. It wants what it can't have. That's how women work. Women always want the bad guy. They always want the guy that's a dick to them. No, they just want the guy that has an abundance of opportunities with women to the point where he's not simping over one girl. That's why they all want him, because he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't need you. To some degree, they can't have him. That's why they want him more. Whereas the guy they know they can get guaranteed, they don't really care. So you telling yourself, no, I'm not allowed to watch porn, is actually making it harder for yourself to quit. Instead, what you should do, this is a very positive mindset to adopt with anything in life, is complete freedom. Get out of this religious, restricting box mindset and get into this mindset of free-flowing energy. This is a very spiritual practice that we teach as part of the Manifestation Mastery course inside of my school down below. But one of the things you can do is you can look at the situation and you can say, I have the freedom of choice to do whatever I want to do, and I'm going to simply choose not to watch pornography. And on top of that, you can also add the mindset of, I decide whoever I want to be. I am simply the man that does not watch pornography or masturbate. I'm not on NoFap. I'm not on a movement. I'm not on a streak. I'm not on a pornography diet. I'm just the guy that doesn't watch porn. Simple. Now that it becomes who you are, it's very easy to stick to it. Do you understand the mindset shift I'm giving you here completely for free? Imagine what you could get for $1.60 a day. That's all it is, $1.60 a day. You're spending that on bullshit anyway. Hopefully some of you are not spending it on Findom, but maybe you are. So wasting it, join my school, and I guarantee you'll have a completely unrecognizable life in 2025. But with that being said, hopefully I can see you inside very, very soon. Take care of yourself, my friend. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Whenever this video drops, I don't know, but I'm recording it on Boxing Day. So look after yourself and stop watching porn like a nerd. Take care.